we focused, I think, on the last couple conversations is really the internal focus. And I want to hit one thing because you shared this out in Nashville when you spoke to our members, and you said the number one principle, I think, or the number one characteristic of leadership and success was self-awareness, I believe. And it was, I forget which study you quoted. It was Harvard or one of the Ivy League schools that had done an in-depth study on this.
The study, by the way, for anyone interested, was a study done by Cornell University and in cooperation with Green Peak Partners. And what they wanted to determine was they looked at the lives of 72 high-performing CEOs of companies ranging in value from $50 million to $5 billion. And they wanted to figure out what's the number one characteristic that accounted for their success, right? And they thought it would be grit, determination, strategic planning, education, IQ, whatever, right? And then the conclusion of the study really upended all the researchers' predictions, and the key line from the conclusion of the study, the key predictor of success among leaders and executives is self-awareness. Now, what does that mean? Self-awareness, I think, is the ability to monitor and self-regulate the way that you're acting, thinking, and feeling in a given moment. It's to be familiar with your operating system, how you show up for life, and how the way you show up for life affects other people, so that in real time you can make choices about the ways that you're acting, thinking, and feeling, right? To have the best kinds of interactions that you can have with other human beings, right? Let's face it, in business, what is the number one challenge people have to face? Relationships. Business, as a friend of mine who's very successful said to me very recently, said, business is all about relationships. And you know this as a guy who's working with lots and lots of people and supervising lots and lots of people. How much time do you spend doing personality management? A lot, right? So to have self-insight, and then as importantly, insight into the inner workings of other people, gives you an enormous advantage, right? Once you have that, there's all kinds of things you'll have happen. One is employee retention. You'll have people who feel like they're understood and valued. You're going to have people who know how to handle conflict better. You're going to have less communication problems inside the house. I can just go on and on and on. You're going to have more of a culture of care and humor. As you know, the Enneagram is just a great inside vernacular that people can use with each other, right? Give you just one last thing on this, and sorry about my passion, but Ray Dalio, who I know that the hedge fund manager, was it Black? What is it? Oh gosh, not Blackstone. Anyway, BlackRock.
He wrote the book. He wrote the book Principles.
Exactly.
Yep.
And he uses multiple personality assessments with all of his people. And he says the reason isn't because it helps with hiring or placement or that stuff. He says because it gives them an instant vocabulary to talk with each other about who they are inside and how they move through the world. And to him, that's invaluable. Like that's part of the secret sauce that leads to success of a team. And I think that's true. I've seen it over and over again.